Something I come across a lot of times in my job is that people just don't know, excuse me, enough about their own, themselves. And the study that prompted this activity here was my firm partnered with another organization to see what, healthy, wealthy, and happy people were doing when it came to their finances. And the 7 steps are written up here on the board, and they're also in your handout. And I'll kind of just briefly kind of run through the steps to just get you kind of thinking of some, they're pretty generic ideas, but things you want to consider. And like you were saying, whether it's in your personal finance or either with your business, that all of these steps are pretty much applicable to both. So they can both fit. And actually the first step just deals with having a financial plan. And I'll just kind of read this note here. Your plan should be a good fit for you and your family at your stage in life. And you don't just plan once. As your situation changes, your career, your children grow up, your priority shifts. Your plan should change too. And so that kind of talks about the first point, is just having a plan. And the plan doesn't have to be 100 pages long because it's going to be unique to your particular situation. So if you can sum up your entire financial plan in half of a page, great. Some people may take 2 or 3 or maybe more, but that's the cool thing about it, is your plan. So you put it into action and you write it out and figure it out for yourself because it's all about you.
What kind of things should go into a financial plan? What should you be thinking about when you're building a financial plan?
You want to think, of course, about your income. So money that's coming in your pocket versus money that's coming out. That's a great way to kind of start to see, well, can I plan for the kids to go to this school? Can I go out to eat dinner on Friday nights? Those little things, because you want to always just have an idea of what's coming in your pocket and what's coming out. I think that's about pretty much as simple as it really gets, but people tend to complicate things. But you do want to keep it simple when you're developing this plan, and just having an idea of what's going in and what's coming out is kind of the best thing to kind of grab hold of. And feel free, if you have a question throughout, just to kind of stop me or raise your hand. I'm more than happy to take your questions here. And kind of step 2 kind of deals more with the kind of diving into the plan is, having the goals there. So you want to have some short-term goals, some long-term goals. So one of my goals last month was to prepare for this engagement tonight. So, same thing with your money. If you knew you were about to take on a new job, or whether you're an entrepreneur like you ladies here, it's, how's the business going to be impacted, and can I plan to maybe, I know money's going to be coming in the door this month, maybe next month, maybe tomorrow. You just don't know. But you want to start to set those goals and have that on your list. So you want to have short term and long term. So I guess when it comes to your money in terms of a plan, they kind of talk about paying off debt. Of course, is a good short term where you don't want to hold debt forever. Maybe saving for a vacation. Like I said, maybe you want to go out with the girls or the fellas. You name it, you want to go out, you might want to plan for that vacation or that fun trip. So in terms of the long term, maybe it's buying a larger house, maybe it's buying a new car, or maybe it's just saving for your children's education. So this, like I said, it all boils down to what you want to accomplish, and then you can set your goals accordingly. The next step is good credit. I'm going to skip that one because Katrina's going to be talking about credit. But you want to make sure it's good. So I'm going to let her take number 5. So that's going to be Katrina. Number 6 is very important, is to spend within your budget. A lot of times I come across cases where people, they're living this lifestyle. I'm always eating out. I drive a fancy car because I want all my friends to think I have a lot of money. You're only fooling yourself if you don't have a lot of money and you're in a lot of debt. So, having that budget every month to figure out, okay, these are my monthly expenses. Maybe I need to have a little money I should be saving every month. But, you should spend your money too. And that's the cool thing, is that you can't take it all with you. So you do want to save, but you want to spend it too to make you feel good. But make sure you have a game plan. It's kind of like your overall financial plan, but you want to have a budget when it comes to every month. That's something I had to do before I came into my position. I'm also an entrepreneur, and they asked me, what are your monthly expenses? So that helps me kind of gauge month per month, can I go out this weekend? Do I need to stay at home? Do I need to work longer? That type of thing. So that budget kind of keeps you grounded in terms of, okay, I can't go out tonight, I can't go out to eat, but I can go grocery shopping and cook dinner. So, those type of things, I play this to my mind every month because all my friends want to go out, and I'm like, look, I can't afford to do it because I'm trying to stay within that budget. But I think when it does come to a budget, a good tip is to have somebody to hold you accountable for it. So, whether it's your spouse, a good friend, a neighbor, your coworker, somebody should know, okay, hey, you've been eating out a lot this month. How are you coming with your budget? Are you over or are you under? It's a cool little trick to play, but if you think about it, nobody holds you accountable for your budget. Oh yeah, you'll spend more. You'll spend. I do it. And lastly, number 7 is just work with a financial professional. So kind of like she just asked, I don't know where to go. That's my job. I try to help educate people about these 7 steps to just figure out what's most important to you, to figure out how can I help you. That's all I'm here to do, is to try to help educate people about their situation. What do they need? They need this? Cool. Let me find out how I can help you get there. It's just like with me, I know sometimes if I don't work out, a lot of people like to get a personal trainer, but sometimes you just won't lose the weight you want trying to do it on your own. So I've been guilty of, not working out for long periods of time, but when I've gotten a friend or maybe it's a trainer, it really gets you motivated because they know where you're trying to go. And I told them I was trying to lose 20 pounds or something, but had I tried doing it on my own, it might have taken me a year rather than, a couple of months. So always trying to work with somebody who is knowledgeable about what you see, kind of like CEO women. Want to be an entrepreneur, start your own business. I wouldn't recommend doing that on your own. So yeah, definitely utilize their resources to really help you get there. So it kind of all ties into just, making sure these basic steps could really help you with either, the personal finances or even the business. Because for your business, think of the same thing. You want to have a plan, you want to have goals, you want to be taking active steps. All this stuff can definitely apply to you as you, pursue your dreams as an entrepreneur. So those steps are also in the handout as well. And I believe my contact information on the last slide of the other handout of the slides that we don't have up. So, feel free if you had any questions that you want to ask, offline or anything, feel free to just shoot me a note. I'm more than happy to, speak. And I kind of like this last little quote, and it's pretty cool. But it's not about how much you have, it's about what you do with what you have. So, people, I think one of the excuses that people give me is that I don't make enough money right now. But with that last phrase, every little bit counts. If you can only save $10 a week, if you look at over time, that $10 could be a lot as compared to somebody who's saving nothing. So, never feel like you have to be making millions to save and live prosperously, because at the end of the day, it comes down to what you want to do. What's your plan? Do you need $1 million? It sounds good, but if you don't need that to really survive, people can survive off of less. And even, a lot of people do live that life of everything on the outside looks pretty, but when you really look to see if they have a plan, a lot of people don't. And it's unfortunate that people just continue to think that they can make more money and make more money. But had they just done a simple plan, that money could be going to a lot of different things. So taking care of your finances will typically result in people being happier. If you just think about stress level when it comes to money, stresses everybody out. Stress people out, they start eating bad maybe, and their diet really takes a hit because of that. And there's a lot of things that they've just kind of connected money to health. And when some of these things are taken care of, you can be happy and smile. So that is my time, and I'll be around after the training. And